San Francisco can't afford to be turning away entrepreneurship. This is the city where Levi's and Gap and some of the most historic and world-changing technology companies were formed, and that are still being formed to this day. And if the response is, we gotta approve. And really, it's tied to a political landscape here, right? Because what you have in the last 20 to 25 years is you've got this dividing faction in the Democratic Party here, right? You've got the progressive side and the moderate side. Now people, if you wanna just simplify it, you could say moderates are business friendly and progressives are business skeptics.
Worker friendly.
Well, yeah, I would say business skeptics, right? They don't think that the development and growth of San Francisco should be driven by its business, while some would say that moderates believe that, right? And the progressives think that and I think they say this with pride, you have to prove yourself. You have to show us that you're worthy. And I think that's crap. I shouldn't have had to prove myself to open my doors. That it did happen is fine, but I would never wish my experience on any other entrepreneur. Any single business that wants to open in San Francisco, again, if you can pay for it, you can do it.
Do you think it's the other factor where San Francisco is home to all these cool big companies that are big multinationals, and you get so much tax revenues from them that they don't really care about small business because now they're already getting all this support and money from big businesses. So you can afford to be non-friendly to small businesses, I think.
But then they're only shooting themselves in the foot because everything that they value, which is quaint neighborhoods with locally owned businesses, they're pushing away. I know small business owners who say, I'd love to open in North Beach, but I'd never do it. I know people say, I'd love to open in the Mission, but I'd never do it. You have this, because here's the ultimate issue with these groups. What's the default answer to everything? And I don't mean just small business. I mean to transportation. I mean to any kind of change. Housing, accessibility. The default answer to everything is no. It's always no, because they're terrified of change.
That would be sort of the definition of conservatives, because they're afraid of change, right?
Well,
like being a liberal part of America.
And this is the ultimate irony. The far left progressive, particularly as it relates to business, is almost identical to the far right conservative when it comes to the approach of no. The default answer is no. And our outgoing mayor, I greatly appreciate it, has said over the last few months, San Francisco needs to become a city of yes in all aspects. And if we just focus in on small business, the biggest problem we have with small business is we're overly regulated.